Alright, testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we are live. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven, aka Storm, and we are back for some more of Starfield. Apparently, I never logged out last week, so we're still in the same character in the same spot where we were, so I don't have to worry about logging in. But it means I haven't played Starfield all week because I've been doing Pokemon stuff for an entire week trying to get these Ultra Beasts, so... In fact, I'm still technically doing that right this minute because the post-game is... or the post... like... entering the post-game takes, like, literally through 2 years. Not literally 2 years, but it certainly feels like it. Alright, let me send out an invite real quick. And I say this with all... the care in the world, Pokemon Moon, but I hope I don't play you again for a very long time. Alright, so just for a quick reminder for where we were, for those that may not remember, or if you're just jumping into the stream without watching the previous streams, which if you're doing that, hey, go back and watch the other streams. There's a lot of context that you're missing currently. But anyways, this is the last quest of the Vanguard, well, next to last quest of the Vanguard quest line. So when we finish this, we will technically be nearly done with the Vanguard quest line. So we're going in to fight a city that is absolutely swarming with Terramorphs. Gotta remember to keep the moon going forward too while I'm sending out the invites. And I'm sorry for anyone here who also follows the Fallout 3 series. I'm sorry there was not an episode of Fallout 3 this week. I got caught up playing Baldur's Gate, so I didn't get around to it. I will try to do 2 streams this week if I can squeeze it to make up for it. So I'll probably do one probably Tuesday and another one on Friday. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I'll try to make up for the fact that I didn't stream last week and get some more progress in, or that I'll do one extra long stream, making up for 4 hours instead of doing 2 hours. I don't know. We'll see. Like, we'll see what I can squeak by on. Hey Joe, welcome to the stream. I wish you could skip the credits. Okay. Did I get literally everything of value from this place that could help me possibly survive in this coming fight? There's a Chunks cheesesteak, but that's not going to help me survive. Okay, I think we're good to go, so... I mean, it's wanting me to pick this up, but there's really no reason to.
Just doesn't feel right.
Okay. Oh, Tequila Tea Sleepy Pack. Okay, I guess if I need to sleep out in the city, that's what that's useful for.
Those codes will allow you to temporarily restore power.
Okay.
All set on your gear? Are you ready to do this?
I'm ready.
Then let's get this show on the road.
Sarah, are you with us? There you are.
I am ready. Personal comm should be routed through Kaiser now. You copy that?
Roger, loud and clear.
Perhaps too loud. Oh, you're a riot robot.
Kaiser, kick it off.
Unlock code transmitted. You may open the gate when ready.
All right. On our way into the city. Percival, where
Well, at least the good thing is I'll know for a fact that the credits will be done by the time I get done with the stream
Got
today.
one. A Sealy's. Not far. Old shipping yard just past the processing plant. Gene samples are probably in one of the containers.
Long as the game doesn't crash, which actually happened once. Woo! 15 more kills with a pistol. Ooh, level 12. Well, I know what I'm going to take this level up. I mean, we just got the pistol certification up, so what does the next rank do? 50% more damage, but if I take the next rank of ballistics... I can't take the next rank of ballistics yet. Okay. Pistol certification, rank 3 it is. What's our pistols up to damage-wise now? So the calibrated Eon is up to 38. Oh, that's actually really good. I should probably be making use of that. Because it does extra damage against aliens. Nova Light's up to 12. I think that was effective. I'm not entirely sure. 2250, 2270. I don't know if that's actually better than it was. Oh god, look at all that extra damage. Let's give it a shot. I'm not really good with rifles, but it'll still count towards increasing my ballistics count, which needs more oomph to it. Oh, that's not bad at all.
That's the last of them. No sign of the morph, though.
Your shipping yard's just beyond the processing plant. Cache with some goodies is towards the rear of the facility.
Kaiser, we close enough for you to dial in the location of those samples from here?
Yes, they're faint. But
Ah, here we go.
multiple valence
Ammunition and mines, and digipicks, lots of digipicks.
Jackpot. Get down there and collect as many as you can.
Oh, grenades. Hey, Harridan, would you not bump into me while I'm collecting ammunition? Having a coachman's... Oh, that's an expert lock. I'm not going to be able to pick that. Infiltrate Alpha. Okay, am I going the right way? Yes, this is the right way. Well, let me drop a quick save just in case. Oh, and by the way, Joe, I'll respond to the roleplay after stream. Sorry, I only just saw that you replied right before right while I was starting the stream, so I apologize about that. What are we shoot? Oh shoot! Albino Terramorph. Dang it! Whoops, I don't have any answer for that. We're fighting 2 Terramors simultaneously? Guys, why did you trigger the second Terramor while we were fighting the first one?
Kill them. Kill them first.
You're a damn dude.
This is useless. You've already lost. All sides! They're all around us! Fall back! Fall back!
My arm's hit. I'm all steady that help. Well, this way.
I'm gonna need to switch weapons again, I think.
Nothing. Nothing. Help! Help! They're gonna kill me!
Oh god! Here they come!
All right. We can't get to that yet. Gotta go over here to this one first. Okay. And more ammo for my side star, too. Alright, now how do we get at this one again? I don't remember. Oh, wait, there we go. Bridge. Woo! Okay, that took a little bit of finessing to get right.
All right.
Oh.
Hand those over to Kaiser, and let's get out of here.
Break through even the strongest armor. Hey Sarah,
What
got a
can I
present
help
for you.
with? Feel free to drop some stuff into my bag.
Here, you take this. You need 40 millimeter XPL for that, so which I'd have some of. So I just drop one of those into your inventory. There you go. And now I just switch back over to you. And I tell you to equip that.
Bye.
Frostbite, great. Kaiser, what are you doing up there? Kaiser, seriously, stop jumping around.
Secure.
Nice work. Now, earlier scan picked up a valid Terramorph sample, but, well, it's in the spaceport. And the quick route there looks like it got blasted when the port did.
There are steam tunnels under the city, which will allow us to access the spaceport.
What do you... That's right. Kaiser, how did you know that?
I am not sure.
Percival, you see any better option?
Not from where I'm standing.
We've got our answer.
Access unlocked. We may proceed.
Whew.
Kaiser, this flora, this is Lazarus plant, isn't it?
Confirmed.
You know, no one even realized it was a living thing until someone got it under a microscope and saw it had cells. Can't be cultivated anywhere but Londinian. A real marvel.
Prepare yourself. There's a bit of a jump scare coming up, Joe, just in case. And you definitely want to be watching the screen for this, though.
These leeches. What's keeping you things warm?
Fatal injury sustained. You'll have to try again.
Hopefully that cures frostbite, but I don't want to use it just yet because it's still really, really cold here. Oh look, a bunch of Lazarus plants.
My God, look at it. A Lazarus in bloom. You know, we might be some of the only... What's happening?
That's a heat leech. What's happening?
Have you seen this?
Oh God. Well, that explains a lot.
Oh my God. The heat leeches are terramorphs.
What?
Dun dun
No,
dun.
it can't be true. Heat leeches are everywhere. They live everywhere. That means terramorphs. Oh my God.
You just saw that, right? You would tell me if I was losing my mind. That heat leech became a terramorph. The pests that have snuck onto every planet are baby terramorphs. Heat leeches hide out in ships, sneak away after landing, and then, with time, they transform. We just found out how terramorphs move between planets.
This feels like a pretty major discovery. Nothing natural should do that. What the hell is a heat leech? We already know that. What we just witnessed, that can't be how all terramorphs are born,
No,
right?
Lazarus plants can't grow anywhere but here, let alone blossom. People have tried. Plus, if what we just witnessed was happening anywhere else, well, it wouldn't just be Londinian lost to these things. What we just saw, it must be some kind of alternate growth method. One that winnows 70 years of maturation into seconds. It's incredible.
But also pretty bad, too. What does this mean for the plans to clean up the terramorphs?
That I don't have an answer for right now. But if they share a genome, like most nymphs and adults do, the microbe should have no problem dealing with heat leeches and terramorphs. The Aciles we'll have to look into. But given what we know about the creatures, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked to find that they've got an appetite for both.
It feels like a pretty major discovery.
Pretty major is right. But if what we just saw, if that's possible, the Lazarus plant, it's clearly an accelerant for the Terramorph, a heat leach transformation process. Make one into the other in an instant. But that means if anyone knew about this, they could trigger a Terramorph spawning. You could sneak a leech into a city, or even multiple leeches, into a place like New Atlantis. Good God. The attack on New Atlantis, does this... Could someone have set that up?
Given what we just witnessed, it's certainly plausible.
You'd have to know the truth about all this.
Well, we're never gonna know if you don't catch that thing. Get after it.
We may proceed.
I mean, he's not wrong. Yeah, but I get the feeling that we have just opened up a major can of worms. Alright, hold on, let me switch weapons. We can try the pistol at first and see how high level this one is. Yoo-hoo! Blah. Well, you're pretty basic, Terramorph. This shouldn't take long at all. Whoa. Don't be here. Don't be standing here. Hey! Jumping's my thing. You're not allowed to copy me.
Kaiser's got the cell data from the New Atlantis and Tau Ceti attacks, right?
Uploaded them myself.
Let Kaiser take a look at that sample.
Okay, give the sample to Kaiser. Where is Kaiser? There he is.
Beginning analysis. It is a match.
Right.
This suggests with high certainty that the Lazarus plant was used to trigger the attacks on both planets.
There's no way a plant this rare, this fragile, just shows up here, New Atlantis, and Tau Ceti. The transformations on those worlds, they must have been triggered by human hands. Captain, do you understand what it is we just stumbled on here?
I think it means the Lazarus plant was used to trigger the attack in New Atlantis.
Exactly. Someone saw the Lazarus plant in action and used it to trigger the attacks.
A bioweapon no one would recognize as one. Oh, that's a terrifying prospect.
Sort of thing that'll keep you up at night. And the sort of thing whoever did this probably didn't expect us to uncover. Makes some sense, actually. Tau Ceti was likely their first test. Someplace remote where no one would question a few settlers going missing. Ensure the big show, the attack on New Atlantis, would be a success. And the timing of that one. It couldn't have been just luck that it happened right when we were asking the cabinet to do something about the Terramorphs. These attacks, I think someone planned them to set all this in motion.
Who could possibly have done that? See, I thought the timing of the Terramorph attack showing it was suspicious.
They certainly were. But having this answer, well, it raises a couple big questions. Who could pull something like this off? And why?
See, the United Colony, someone inside the UC must have planned the Lazarus plant's fleet our collective makes the most sense. I got some ideas, but far from reasonable to start hurling accusations. Commander Hodgrom or one of her soldiers that was the most likely to know about this. House for room. More independently with the clips. Your dad's still alive and has shown he doesn't care much about life's loss. Maybe he's involved.
Let's save the discussion for when you all aren't standing in the universe's closest equivalent to hell frozen over. If we're gonna do anything to prevent more Terramorph attacks, human
you got it right on the nose,
we
Joe.
need that final
Very
sample.
Victus.
Roger that. Kaiser, get us into the spaceport.
The entrance is this way.
Ve Victus. Admiral Francois Senon.
Situation normal. I am unable to provide sufficient power to the lock mechanism.
Anyone got ideas where we could get some extra juice?
Local power looks like it was controlled in the security office. Upper floor.
Captain and I can scout it out. Kaiser, see if you can't find another way to get it open.
Roger that. I have restored power to the office entrance. You may proceed.
Some dead UC Marines in here.
Oh, there's the control panel. Still looks
Okay,
out
how has this been sitting here for this
of all
long?
things to survive.
It's been like 20 years since this happened. Oh hey, scavenging's ready to rank up. Sweet. Ooh. I didn't know you could drink lotus flower. I thought lotus flower was poisonous. First of all, activate the utility controls.
Reactivated. Error. Control system reboot required.
And
Reboot engaged. Running diagnostic. Diagnostic complete. Multiple systems unavailable. Warning. Priority safety concern detected. Exterior hatch power restored.
back in business.
Warning. Emergency recorder message detected. Transcription process engaged. Playback initiated.
This is very important.
We need to make the evacuation request.
That's my father he's addressing. He was here? Didn't think he'd have the guts to look those soldiers in the eye before blowing this place to pieces.
Admiral!
It just transformed. An invisible weapon. No planet would be safe. Colonel, the troops that closed off the sewers after my evaluation, they're all in this facility.
Other than our casualties, yes, sir.
Good. Get them into defensive positions around the spaceport. No one leaves. I'll send ships as soon as possible.
Thank God. None of us wanted to go down swarmed by those things.
That won't be your fate, Colonel. You have my word.
I mean, he technically didn't break his word. They didn't get swarmed by the terramorphs. Instead, they got bombed to hell.
He knew about the Lazarus plant. Grab that recording. We should talk.
Where do I collect the recording from? Oh, it's over here. Oh wait, I was literally right where it was. Why didn't it? Oh, there it is.
Hey, Victus. He destroyed this place. Killed these people to keep what he knew about the Lazarus plant and the terramorphs and all this a secret. Didn't he?
Certainly how I interpret
He
it.
saw the potential of the plant as a weapon and hid it away. He killed those people to keep them from sharing what they might have seen. Condemned this whole city to death. He's
Cold-blooded murderer.
No, he's worse than a murderer. He's a butcher. He doesn't give a damn about human lives. He simply uses them as pawns to satisfy his goals.
Yes. Exactly what we all thought he was. Wait. If the plant was used to trigger the attacks, that means Ve Victus, he might have been involved in what happened on New Atlantis. I hate to say it, but I think your instinct about him might have been right.
See, it's the only lead we got.
And even if he wasn't directly involved, I guarantee he knows something.
So you're telling us that the attack on New Atlantis was Vay Victus's responsibility, just like the loss of Londinian. That's insane.
But I guess we're not getting any more answers right now. Come on, let's go get that last sample. Kaiser, try it now.
Guys, your sample, it moved. I'd be real careful out there if I were you.
That doesn't sound good. Eyes peeled.
Samples aren't supposed to move, so... How the heck am I? Oh, I'm crippled. Hold on. What on earth? How did that happen? That's okay, I've got stuff for this. So, first of all, mobilizer. I think I have something for frostbite, don't I? Surely I have something for frostbite. Oh, there we go. Kill paste. Okay. I've got another health issue too. What in the world? An infection. That didn't actually get rid of my infection. No, it did. Okay. Dang, I had a whole collection of status effects. All right. Let me actually equip some grenades or something so we have some extra damage going on. Yoo-hoo, blah blah blah.
We need to get the sample.
There's one right there! Kill it!
It's all we've got.
Integrity compromised.
What is that?
You will be leaving here alone.
I think it's putting out some kind of signal. Raiders lighten up. I think you're due for some company.
Insufficient.
Surrounded. All around.
The signal that thing's putting out to call in those creatures, I think I can nullify it. But I'm gonna need some help. There should be some radar equipment powered up now around the port. You get those online, and I'll relay my signal through there.
You left us. Why did you leave us?
Connection received. Broadcasting signal.
Look, it's working. But the thralls, they're attacking the anomaly. Percival, are you doing this?
That's not me. I'm just numbing out the frequency.
We freed them, and they're helping us.
It's dead. Okay.
I guess we should grab that sample while we can. Good. Now just stash that sample with Kaiser and we're done.
Final sample secure.
All wrapped up. Time to get the hell out of here. Percival,
Yeah, no, I
you should
completely
unplug
agree. Let's
and find
get
somewhere
out.
we can talk. Privately.
On it. See you soon.
Okay.
Look at all of you. Back from the underworld. Got pretty frantic on the comms towards the end there. But it sounded like this was a success. Got everything we need to put this plan in motion. Ah, best place for them. Now, my connection might have gotten a bit fuzzy there, but do I have it right that Vae Victus knew about this damn plan?
That's what it sounded like.
Guess the old Admiral must have told someone what he learned. Even he's not clever enough to pull off an attack like that from the great beyond.
It's a bit more complicated than that.
We can't rule him out. Vae Victus is alive and under DC custody.
Sorry, what?
UC custody.
She's pulling my leg, right? Hadrian?
I don't believe she is.
So that means we have a suspect.
I believe that's exactly what that means. Look, Captain. Percival and I, we need to get these samples back to the lab. Ensure we'll be able to handle cleaning up the leeches as well as the terramorphs. But Vae Victus is the only solid lead we've got on the attacks. Since you're the only one who knows where he is, can you speak to him? See if you can get him to cough up anything he might know.
Oh, he and I are going to have some words.
Good. We'll all meet back at mast, outside the cabinet chambers. They're gonna want to know everything we've uncovered here. Best of luck, Captain. And thank you for dealing with him.
Oh, I forgot, we leveled up. Alright, so we can't take pistol certifications next rank yet. We've only killed 2 enemies with pistols. Still gotta kill some enemies with ballistics. Let's take a look at the rest of our stuff. We've already, well, I guess we could get the last rank of boost packing. Actually, I'm really tempted to do that, but more ammo is also very tempting. No, getting back to normal with my boost pack abilities seems like the more important option. So we'll get scavenging 2 next level up, unless something more important comes up between now and then. Okay, well, it's time to head back, and the first thing we're going to do when we get back is I'm going to go visit our... I'm going to go visit my parents first.
While we're here, let's swing by Centaurian so I can pick up some ammo.
You're actually fine without ammo. I, on the other hand, am not.
Nice day for a picnic.
There's Apollo Tower, okay. Wait, no, it's not Apollo Tower, it's Pilgrim Tower.
Constellation sounds magical, like a storybook.
You've been given the money you sent. Stay as long
Not yet,
as you
okay.
like.
Do I still have a... Dang, I still have a status condition. I'm gonna have to go to the doctor and get it healed real quick before we go any further, because I don't want to have that going on. Yeah, Londinian, you will very quickly get frostbite, especially if you're using the armor they provide for... Speaking of, I should switch back to my normal armor now. Honestly, though, there's really no reason not to continue using that one for the time being. Or continue not using that either. Ah, so much better. Nice to get my full jump abilities back.
Welcome to Reliant Medical. If you're injured or sick, we can almost certainly assist you. Welcome to Reliant. If you're in need of medical assistance or require supplies, I am sure we can accommodate you.
Any help, Doc?
So, what brings you in today? All right, little patching up.
See, heal my wounds.
All right, we'll clean. Good as new. Take care of yourself.
Huh, it still says I'm... But it wouldn't let me heal the infliction. I don't have an affliction, what the heck? I don't know. It says I have an affliction, but I don't. Let me see if I can get rid of it using a heal paste. I mean, that doesn't even heal that. That's not even a normal affliction. I don't know what's going on. It's okay, let's go over to deal with Ve Victus.
Authorized personnel only. Your friend has to stay here.
Trips to the basement are rarely so educational.
Well, what a pleasant surprise. When I heard you and Hadrian were headed for Londinian of all places, I presumed you must be onto something big. Did you find what you were looking for?
Diplomat, no games. Tell me why you committed the attack, so I'll take this straight to the cabinet.
How could you? Isn't this interesting? You know, you've proven far more clever than I had anticipated. You want to hear the words, then? City. New Atlantis. My doing. Years of coordination between my associate and I. Figuring out how to deploy the Lazarus plant's pollen outside of Londinian. Learning to synthesize it. Use it as a weapon. Now, being as clever as you are, I'm sure you have thoughts on why I might do such a thing.
To work on something that long, this seems personal.
Be more right. The attacks were a correction. When I discovered the plant, I did consider handing over what I'd found, but we were at war. And I couldn't risk information that dangerous falling into the wrong hands. So I ordered the bombing of the Londinian spaceport, fixing two problems at once. Halting the spread of the city's terramorph outbreak, and sealing away knowledge of the plant's potential.
You just said it took you years to use the plant outside Londinian, and you killed them for nothing.
Simple to say now, but with the outbreak raging from a barely understood source, the moment demanded quick action. So I did what was required. I removed the dangerous variable from an already catastrophic war. But then, as the war ended, my trial, my execution, I made a decision. After all, I'd given everything for the colonies. My life as I knew it included. And what did I get in return? Was there any effort by the UC to protect my legacy? My daughter's legacy? No. We were sacrificed when all we did was serve. So I kept what I'd learned and arranged the attacks to set things right again. My daughter, she becomes a hero. I become a trusted advisor, having found Kaiser, the research team, and cement my new position of influence when I hand them the name of the person responsible for the attack on New Atlantis. The dear departed Dr. Reginald Orlays, the associate who aided me all these years, and whom I always slated to take the fall. What luck he was stopped dead before he could hurt anyone else. His decades on the run brought to an end by another unlikely hero. You.
So you murdered UC citizens because there's some slight against your honor. You're sick. Let's see.
There are no heroes without a villain. I simply arranged the opportunity for us to overcome one and become the other. And we all benefited. It's why I had Orlays reprogram Kaiser. Had that old machine guide you to where I found the plant all those years ago. I went to great lengths to ensure your and Hadrian's success. And look at the results. I know for a fact the Cabinet's planning to honor both you and Hadrian once this is all done. Isn't that preferable to languishing away in obscurity? Running jobs on the tail end of nowhere for the Vanguard? With only the vague hopes of perhaps earning the right to buy a home in the well someday.
If you're waiting for me to say thank you, you're going to be here a while.
I'm simply looking for you to acknowledge the truth. And let's not forget the importance of our actual endgame. Eliminating the terramorphs. Securing knowledge of the Lazarus plant. What we've set in motion is going to protect thousands, maybe millions of lives. I'm simply requesting one more life be protected. Mine. I've already sent along the evidence of Orlays' role in the attacks to the Cabinet, leaving out my own involvement. All I ask is that you confirm as much to the Cabinet. Tell them that it was Orlays and Orlays alone. After all, I do still have a long list of threats to the UC. This needn't be the end of our good works together.
Hope you've enjoyed this talk, because once I tell the captain, it'll probably be your last.
It's a pity, Captain. But I'm in no position to negotiate. Though we needn't be enemies, you and I. Just think about the opportunity I've provided here. There are more on the horizon. If you do the right thing.
I think it comes to no one's surprise that he's gonna fry for what he's done. I suspect you would be very interested in that. Okay, I will be right back. I just gotta step away for just one moment, so I'll be right back. The credits finally stopped. A deal with the devil, if I ever heard one. Yeah, no kidding. I mean, he's literally the man downstairs, Joe. Like.
Yeah, what is it? All right, let's go.
Like, you can't get more Satan reference than that. So the credits finally finished, so once the stream is done, I'll be able to go and finish, or start working on doing the Ultra Beast mission so I can get Faramosa, and so we're almost done with the Moon playthrough. What I think we'll do is I'll move the Faramosa and the Cartana over to my shield game, and then I can trade them to your sword game from there. Does that sound good?
Perfect timing. We just got in. So on our end, good news. The microbe and the Asylees are both as effective against heat leeches as they are against terramorphs.
Means either plan should work for clearing those critters off our worlds.
Considering what the Lazarus plant is capable of, I don't think we can deal with those things fast enough.
I agree.
I already sent along info to the cabinet to get them up to speed. So what about your end? Did you find anything? Did my father tell you what he knew about the Lazarus plant?
See, if Evictus confessed, he organized the attacks from his cell.
I knew it. The second I heard that recording, I knew. Why? Did he say why he did it?
He was trying to fix the damage done to the Serenade name, make you and him into heroes.
It takes some deeply twisted logic to think anything did more harm to the Sanan name than him.
So you're telling us that the attack on New Atlantis was Vay Victus's responsibility? Just like the dooming of Londinian? Oh, that's insane. All that, just to help restore the family name? How did he ever think that was going to work?
Well, once we inform the cabinet, they can ensure he won't be able to do anything like this ever again.
He deserves punishment.
Exactly. Bring justice to everyone he's hurt. So I guess that gives us our final answer. Nothing left to do but head in and see what the cabinet thinks of it all. Unless there was more to discuss. This might be our last opportunity to talk things through before the cabinet weighs in on a decision regarding the terramorphs.
Okay, so let's see. What do you think the council will do when they learn about Vay Victus's involvement in the attacks?
It's hard to know. Unlike my father, the cabinet aren't butchers. But killing UC citizens, along with everything else he's done, is unforgivable. But if you're really that concerned, you could request they be lenient. They might be willing to spare him.
No. What kind of risk are there if we decide to bring back the Excels?
Asylees aren't hostile to humans, but they are megafauna. If someone decides to pick a fight with one, it could get ugly. But they've already been spread far and wide once before when the UC was raising them as livestock, so the risk of introducing them to new worlds is minimal. Using them to clean up the terramorphs and leeches, though, it's not going to be nearly as expedient as the microbe would be. Given what we know now about the Lazarus plant, the speed of the job does matter. But going with the Asylees, we're at least dealing with known risks.
So, both approaches to clearing out our worlds will be effective against the heat leeches?
They are.
Microbe needed minimal adjustment to account for heat leech anatomy.
And the Asylees seem like they're even better at tracking leeches than morphs.
Hell of a sight to watch, though, when they catch 'em. Like an open airlock guzzling angry spaghetti.
Oh god. What method of dealing with the terramorphs are you two leaning towards?
Microbe is going to make the cleanup a whole lot quicker. If we're concerned about this Lazarus plant getting deployed again, that's the way to go.
The cabinet can secure the Lazarus plant, and then we're not risking any surprises when it comes to dealing with a microbe.
You're being paranoid. You know the science. You know we can make this safe.
I do know the science. I also know math. And a 1 in a million chance of a mutation isn't 0. So I guess we're still in discussion. Probably best at this point to let the cabinet weigh in, see if they have a preference.
Nothing else, let's head in there.
Here we go.
Alright, before we go any further, Joe, I wanted to go ahead and ask you this, because I don't want to wait until we get inside the room. Which method do you think we should go for? The Excels, introducing megafauna back into planets to eat the terramorphs and the heat leeches, or deploy the more expedient method of the microbe, which does have a 1 in a million chances of mutating into something different, but they're fairly certain that the science could make it safe. So, which method should we deploy? Well, it does, but it's going to take a lot longer, which means people could deploy the... If they manage to get a hold of the Lazarus, they could cause another massive terramorph attack. So, in the long run, maybe, but in the short term and preventing more terramorph attacks, the microbe would be much better. Plus, the microbe specifically targets their DNA, which would wipe them out a lot faster. So, is the Excel one the one you want to go with? I should also point out that this decision will also, the members of Constellation will react to this decision, so we can annoy them. So. I can tell you which one they prefer if you want me to. Alright, well, just like with my original run, I'm going to go with the microbe because the science is pretty well set down. And I do agree that the Excels would, in the long run, be safer. But the microbe is, like I said, the science is too stable at this point that I don't think it's going to cause any major issues. So, at least from what I've seen in the game, it doesn't cause any major issues. So, alright, let's... Oh,
welcome
shoot.
back, all of you.
Oh well.
I wish we were meeting under better circumstances. But according to Hadrian's report, and the second one I just received, it seems the terramorph attack on New Atlantis was no random occurrence, but a planned strike. Is what I'm reading here true?
That's correct, ma'am. It was a deliberate attack.
My God.
An attack? Using terramorphs? How is that possible?
You will all receive a full briefing once we're done here. So then, is what the second report claims correct? Did Reginald Orlays commit these attacks, Captain?
Orlays?
The report isn't the whole truth. Orlays helped, but Ve Victus organized the attacks.
It's true, ma'am. I heard the recording myself. My father figured out how to use terramorphs as weapons.
He did what?
That's impossible. He doesn't have the kind of access to...
Clearly, he made his own access, Chief Sarkin. Madam President, I have been saying for years that not dealing with that man was gonna end in tragedy.
Enough! I hope everyone here understands that what has just been shared is a state secret of the highest order. This information does not leave this room. Now, that's quite the accusation you're leveling, considering Francois Sanon has not left containment for the better part of 2 decades. You have evidence to back this up?
Oh, yeah.
It just transformed. A terramorph out of thin air. An invisible weapon. No planet would be safe.
Heavens help us. Is that actually him?
I'd know that voice anywhere. That's Francois.
He knew they could do this, and said nothing.
He's a sociopath. Plain and simple, ma'am.
Officer, please collect that recording.
Yes, ma'am. Begging your pardon, Captain.
We'll, of course, be launching a full investigation into how this could have happened. Though I have little doubt the Admiral will be quick to share all he knows on the subject once confronted with that recording. Chief Yassine, can you send one of your interrogators to have a little chat with the Admiral?
I'll issue the order immediately.
Good. Combined with everything else you all have uncovered. Well, I don't think the United Colonies can thank you enough. We failed the people of the colonies by not dealing with Victus sooner. I intend to rectify that mistake immediately.
Good. This world will be better without Victus
I'm
in it.
inclined to agree, Captain. Now, with our villain unmasked, we can attend to the other matters at hand. With the threads you've brought together here, the Lazarus plant, the attacks, the heat leeches, the 3 of you have likely spared thousands of lives. But it now falls to the Cabinet to ensure this can never happen again. As such, the Cabinet will be securing the Lazarus plant on Londinian. All materials related to the plant will be classified to ensure no one else learns its true nature.
A sound decision, Madam President.
See, ma'am, I believe the other faction should be involved in securing the Lazarus
Tell the
plant.
Freestar Collective. Wow. So they have another tool to utilize against us?
I'm in agreement. I fail to see the value here.
It demonstrates to the collective that UC isn't planning to secretly use this information down the line.
Indeed. Open relations at this point would be critical towards maintaining peace.
Oh, that is an interesting idea. Grand gesture to further display this cabinet doesn't think like those of the past.
The observers on Mars have proven such a gesture can bear fruit.
So, you want us to make nice with the collective by sharing our state secrets?
No, I want us to display plainly the UC's actual intentions, that the plant will never be used as a weapon again.
That sounds well, Chief Barney. Very well. We'll get the collective involved in the management. Thank you for the suggestion, Captain. So then, to our final topic. The Cabinet has agreed to implement a plan that will deal with the Terramorph, and now also Heat Leech presence on human worlds. In fact, we've already begun enacting measures to check all UC ports and settlements for undiscovered nests. But we all understand this is only a partial solution. The project we're embarking on will be a long and difficult one. So our first step must be deciding how exactly this all will be handled.
Madam President, this microbe is clearly too much of a risk. The Aseles are the safer approach.
To someone with limited knowledge of biology, perhaps. The technology behind the microbe is solved science, Madam President. It isn't dangerous. Using it to wipe out the Terramorphs would be the quickest path to protecting humanity.
And fast results always lead to the best outcomes, don't they?
As you can see, there remains debate among the Cabinet. We were hoping your group might issue a recommendation. Major?
We've been having similar debates ourselves, but the captain has yet to weigh in.
I see. Captain, I know this may not be your area of expertise, but we'd like to know your take on the matter.
See, Terramorphs have caused enough damage, they need to be wiped out quickly with the microbe.
Glad to see someone's not afraid of a little applied genetics. The science division is in full agreement.
I doubt there's another body in the galaxy that could pull it off.
Absolutely correct. There are no better hands in the galaxy for this project than ours.
Order, please. And Major Sinan? Dr. Walker, you'd find this acceptable?
We trust the captain's judgment.
Then the matter is settled. We'll begin the process immediately. Today marks day 1 for the United Colonies Terramorph Management Division, making you 3 the founding members of the TMD. As befits such a group, the Cabinet wanted to display its gratitude. Today, we will be adding 3 new Class 1 citizens to our ranks.
Class 1? For the 3 of us? Are you joking?
What he means to say is, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Madam
You
President.
all have earned it. Now, there's much to be done. Major Sinan, Dr. Walker, I hope you two are willing to continue your efforts spearheading the TMD's research on Mars.
We'd be honored, ma'am.
As for you, Captain, the Vanguard will be providing much of the on-the-ground support for the TMD. As a member of both the Vanguard and the TMD, I believe you'll have your pick of duties. Speak to your commander, Tuala, if I recall correctly. He should be able to provide you with assignments going forward, plus help you collect the benefits that come with being named Class 1. On behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our sincerest gratitude. This meeting is adjourned.
There we go, level 14 acquired. Alright, I said I was going to do this on my next level up, so... Alright, let's go speak to Commander Tatula. Okay, so Sarah's not ready to have the next conversation just yet. She should be getting really close to having the next conversation, which ought to kick off the her loyalty mission. Yeah, one of my goals is to try to complete the loyalty missions for all the companions before we finish the stream series, so...
Well, I've got to say, this is a first. I've never had a Class 1 citizen in my ranks before. Congratulations, Captain.
Thank you, Commander. It's an honor.
No need to thank me. You brought this all on yourself. I've already gone ahead and processed your Class 1 benefits. All UC goods and services should now have a thanks for protecting the colonies discount. And the credits should be in your accounts now. But to get into your penthouse, you'll have to pay a visit to the Aphelion Realty office. They should be able to grant you access.
That's incredibly generous.
Higher-ups wanted to make sure you know how much they appreciate what you've done. But with all that squared, it's time to get you a new assignment. There are your standard Vanguard missions, putting those pilot skills to use defending UC space. Or you could help the TMD in cleaning up terramorphs. Oh, and I got a request from Dr. Walker. Wanted your help collecting biological samples to keep an eye out for any, new alien threats on the horizon. Any of those missions call to you?
You know what? Actually, I'd like to start helping out Percival with these new alien threats.
Sure. He'll have all the specifics. If you find yourself looking for more work, you know where to find me.
Okay. Alright, so we're almost done with the Vanguard questline. There's just one more thing we need to do. That's go and get our penthouse. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Dancing through the sky. Why are you all the way over here against the wall?
Deal. Well, well, if it isn't the United Colony's newest Class 1 citizen, you've made quite a name for yourself in New Atlantis. In fact, the higher-ups want to thank you for your dedicated service by giving you one of the nicest pieces of real estate in the city. It's a premium penthouse at the top of Mercury Tower. Best location in New Atlantis, in my professional opinion.
What do you say? It'll just take a second to get you registered as the owner.
I'm interested.
Great! You're in for a real treat. It's one of my favorite apartments in the city.
Okay, you're all set. Your new home's located in Mercury Tower in the residential district. You'll love the place. It has a gorgeous floor plan and an unbeatable view of the city. Now that
Unfortunately,
you're an owner,
it has no
I'm
decorations.
sure I'll be seeing you around town.
Alright, let's go ahead and head over to our new house. Pretty sure the residential district is right over here, yeah. Welcome to our new home in Mercury Tower. Alright. Oh, this is nice. Welcome to our home in Mercury Tower. It's a lot like the penthouse you can actually visit in Paradiso. I'll have to show that off eventually. Of course, the view is not as nice because there's no beach down here, but I don't know if we can actually set furniture out here though. Like, I know we can set up furniture in here. So basically the way you decorate is you come up to this wall panel here and it allows you to decorate everything. It's over here. Oh, this is a little like, I guess this could be like for a pantry or storage, maybe? I don't know. There's no cooking station, so you would need to build a cooking station. I don't know where you would build it, it's the problem. Because that's kind of like, I mean, usually the cooking station's where the stove is, and that's not the case this time. Here's a bathroom. Unfortunately, we can't actually use the shower. You can sit on the, no you can't. I thought you could sit on the toilet. Over here is... This is a side room. You could probably use it as a crafting area if you wanted. And this is a laundry area. That's cool. This is the master bedroom. Of course, no bed yet, so... And, of course, it has an ensuite bathroom with shower. I guess technically you could set up one of the side rooms as a bedroom for somebody else if you wanted to. I kind of want to put a small bed in here for now so I can start living in here, but I can't actually make the better beds yet because I don't have the ability to. And of course, there's a little closet over here. This is actually where I'm going to put my storage stuff. Yeah, it's a nice little house. I think there's another balcony over here. Yeah. The nice outside balcony that overlooks the city of New Atlantis. You can see some of the water. You can see... Is that our ship? No, there's our ship right there. Oh god, what have I done to the frontier? Okay, I like the fact that you can just see your ship. And if you want, you could jump off of here and fly down. In fact, I will show you. I'm gonna save just in case I mess up though. Whee! I wonder if you can go enter the spaceport from here. Because technically there's... I don't actually know where this is. Wait, can you actually use this to get into the city? No, you can't. Okay. I was wondering if it's actually possible to enter the city through without having to take the train, but I think the train is required to go into the city. And I can see my ship from here. It's just really impressive that the ship is actually spawned in, because you have to travel. You can't go from here to the. Like, there's no way you can do it. Like, you can't boost high enough, and the gravity's not low enough for you to be able to get up that high to be able to go from the spaceport to the city. But the fact is that the spaceport is still loaded in, and it's the same chunk, and you can actually just go straight from the city to the spaceport is kind of nice. So if you don't want to, like, you know, bother with the load zone of doing the train, you could just run up to the edge there and jump off and just fly down here on a boost with your boost pack. Okay. Now it's time to figure out what we're going to do next, because I hadn't actually thought about what we were going to do after finishing the Vanguard storyline. Because I want to max out Sarah's loyalty and get her loyalty quest done before I start any of the other characters' loyalty missions. And I don't actually have access to most of the other companions right now anyways, so...
Whoa.
Oh, I haven't done your quest yet. Let's do that.
Here one moment, gone the next. I tell you, you must cherish everything and everyone while they're here. You never know when you may lose them.
Sorry for your loss.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You see, I lost something invaluable. Lost it in a bet, if you must know. It was one of my most prized items in my collection. It was a gem, priceless, no doubt. And its beauty was blinding. Life seems a little less bright without it. That scoundrel George St. George has it in his possession now. And knowing that fills me with such envy and anger.
If you miss it that badly, there has to be some way to get it back.
I agree. I think I know just the thing. St. George, like myself, is a collector of trinkets and relics from Earth. I have in my possession a plate that I'm sure he won't be able to live without. Please, would you be my hero and go exchange the plate for the jewel? I'm sure it will work.
Okay, I'll make the exchange for you.
Fantastic! Here's the plate. Come back to me when you have the gem, and please don't drop it. Oh, where are my manners? My name is Guillaume, by the way. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
The gem must mean a lot to you.
It does. It was the first item I ever collected. The start of it all. I received that gem when I was a young man. To know that I foolishly wagered it, threw it away. Well, I won't make that mistake again.
See, what if George rejects exchange? Are you sure that the plate is enough?
I can assure you with near certainty he won't decline. As much as I hate to say it, St. George and I are cut from the same cloth. We both adore relics from Earth, no matter how large or monetarily valuable they are. They are a piece of human history, and that means a lot to us both. It pains me to part with the plate, but I happen to have a few others in my collection. If it means sacrificing one to get the gem back, I will.
Are you from the area?
Yes, I have been blessed to call New Atlantis home. When I was a younger man, I would travel the settled systems with no home to call my own. I was a nomad, if you will. But out of all the places I've been, no place quite spoke to me like New Atlantis.
Are you a gambler by trade?
Not by profession. I work out of the Valberg building. Gambling is a vice I've indulged since I was a young man, and I've amassed a great collection of trinkets and valuables from it. Alas, recently my luck has soured and my collection is dwindling by the day. But I can't stop, right? I can't just quit, because what if my luck returns?
The most important part of gambling is knowing when to quit when you're ahead.
A lesson I still have yet to learn, unfortunately. Thank you. I will try to take your advice to heart.
What type of things do you collect?
I collect all sorts. Gems, novelties, old Earth trinkets. Anything and everything that has some sort of value, monetary or otherwise. One of my favorite possessions is a fork that was used on Earth. How amazing is that? You'd be amazed what people will wager in a bet. I've won and lost some truly breathtaking things. My collection, as it stands, is quite valuable and substantial. It used to be more so, but my bad string of luck lately has affected it. Ta-ta!
Outrageous.
Oh, he's literally right over here.
Can I help you with something, my friend?
Hey, your friend wants his gem back. He'd like to exchange this plate for it.
A plate? Oh my. As in a plate from Earth? Absolutely. Without question. No. Here, take the gem. That Guillaume. If he wanted his gem back so badly, he could have simply asked. The gem is worthless, less than a paperweight. But actually, Earth paperweights are quite valuable.
It seems like there's a lot of animosity between you and him.
I'm sure Guillaume makes it seem that way. In reality, it couldn't be further from the truth. Guillaume and I have known each other for years, since we were both young men. He is the closest thing I have to a brother. And much like brothers, we quarrel. But that doesn't mean we don't like each other. I will say, however, Guillaume can be a tad overdramatic, as well as a sore loser. Don't tell him I said that.
What do you do?
Me? Why, to be frank, I don't do much. Not anymore, at least. And that suits me just fine. Yes. I now live to collect artifacts from Earth. You see, every artifact tells a story. Even spoons and forks, which most take for granted. People laugh at me when they see I collect old Earth spoons. But think about it, friend. Spoons change the course of history. Can you imagine life without them?
See, what brings you to New Atlantis?
The usual things, I suppose. Fame, fortune, power. I'm only joking, of course. I've actually been fortunate to call New Atlantis home for many years. For a collector, like myself, I do believe there's no better place in all the settled systems. I've been charmed to make the acquaintance of many fellow old Earth enthusiasts here in New Atlantis. And that is why I continue to stay.
Okay. Taking back his gem.
Nothing wrong with a simple bet. Well, as long as you win. Ah, wonderful. I knew George would make the exchange. He could never resist foodware from Earth. You've done me a great service today, friend. I'll be sure to never take this gem for granted ever again. Thank you for bringing it back to me. Take care. Howdy.
A little bit of experience, a little bit of money. Alright, so I know another quest that we need to get around to, so let's go ahead and knock that out as well. Well, first things first. I'm hoping that my parents give me my ship soon. Man, people are being so salty about this new Miraculous project. Like, I get it, you don't like that they copied the Spider-Verse videos. That's fine, but could you not like they're like on Twitter and they're just like, oh look, a Miraculous project that hasn't been delayed. Like, COVID's not delaying things anymore, guys. There's like, why would it be delayed?
I've got lifetimes worth of books and videos to occupy me. So I figured it would be years until... Take care, kiddo.
Not yet. I think the game's about to crash. I should also see if I have any recipes I can work on.
Every time I return here, I'm reminded of the importance of Constellation's contributions to exploration.
Woo! Unfortunately, we can't move into the next level of decoration until we get... I really need to start investing in, excuse me, whichever one to get outpost engineering. I think that's the science tree. Because I really want to be able to make better furniture. I'm kind of not thrilled that all the furniture is locked behind outpost management. Like Like, there's one, you can literally make one chair, and there's a few basic furniture pieces that are available, but like most of the good like furniture is locked behind later ranks of the skill. I'm not incredibly thrilled about that, to be honest, because I'd like to be able to decorate my house without having to invest in, how much is it? 8 points in science. Well, I kind of need medicine. Astrodynamics. I could grab surveying too. There's some useful stuff in here, but I need to put 8 points in. So that's 8 levels worth of skill points just to get to outpost engineering when I can actually start making furniture to decorate my houses. So I think I'll put my next level up into medicine so I can start working my way towards that. Okay. Oh wait, I was gonna drop off some extra stuff in the storage chest too while I was here.
Now that we're here, perhaps we could spend a bit of time relaxing rather than planning.
Okay, weapons. I'm gonna sell some of this extra stuff, but I'm gonna go ahead and put that away. Put that away. I've got no rounds for that, so I mean, I guess I'll carry it because it's not that much weight, but still. And no rounds for that either. Okay. Speak with Trevor. Talk to the scientist by the tree. I completely forgot this was a thing. Whoops. Let's go do that since I'm gonna have to.
I'm sorry, I really can't afford to be distracted. I need to get to the bottom of this.
Something wrong? You sound concerned.
Yes. Concerned is an understatement. I work for the scientific division of MAST. I've been studying this tree for quite some time, and it appears to be exhibiting some worrying signs. Are you familiar with this particular specimen? Do you understand its importance? Look, I have a lot of work to do here. If you're just going to gawk, I'd ask that you move on. If you can actually assist me, however, I would appreciate it. I don't normally solicit help from random passersby, but it seems an exception is necessary. Would you be willing to retrieve some additional data for me?
I'd love to help.
Well, thank you. That's unexpected.
There's a series of biosensors I've placed in various locations around New Atlantis, all calibrated to gather pertinent information. They've been running for long enough that I think it's time to collect and analyze their findings. If you would bring them to me, that would save time.
Right, I had forgotten about this one.
Having a good one?
Because when I arrive, I pet the kittens, make them come alive. Ah, bound to happen eventually. Until they fix the stability of the game, that's going to happen sometimes. So, the fact that we went, you know, an hour and 30 minutes without a crash, and we went most of last session without a crash is pretty good. Honestly, I'm kind of tempted just to do like a 2-hour stream of Starfield today and then do my 2 hours of... You know, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Like, stop the stream, start a new stream for Fallout. Okay. I don't know. I'll think about it. I do kind of need to do that. Okay. So we just came out after putting away our stuff, so we don't have to go through all that again, thankfully, but we do have to talk to the scientist again, but... Yeah, game crashed.
I'm sorry, I really can't afford to be... Yes. I work for the science... Are you familiar with this particular... Look, I have a lot. I don't normally solicit help from random... Well, that's... there's a... They've been running for long enough that I...
Right. Keep up, Sarah. I think I would just continue on with Starfield, and we'll just do a second stream of Fallout 3 at some point. I mean, to be fair, we did get something major done today, so I could, theoretically... I don't know, I'd have to think about it. Would make a lot of sense to do it that way, since I missed a stream. I could just go ahead and, like, do this quest, wrap the Starfield stream up at the 2-hour mark, and then take my quick break, and then come back with Fallout 3 and finish, or do some more Point Lookout. Yeah, 14 minutes aside. That's not too long. I mean, that's not too bad, but it's also not very long either. Got the biosensors. One more biosensor to go. By the way, I've actually gone down there. It's actually, there's absolutely nothing really down there, but you can go down there technically. Can I land on this side area? Yes, I can.
Check. Rifle? Already stowed.
Hey.
Why is
Are you looking for eggs too? I've only found one so far, but I want to find more before anyone else does. So if you see some, can you tell me?
I'm looking for biosensors,
okay, well,
not eggs.
If I see any of those, I'll tell you. And you can tell me if you find any eggs. Miss Seng over at UC Distribution bought the one I found, and she said she might buy more if I can find them. I could really use the credits.
Yeah, but those aren't yours to sell, dude. Can't say much. I sell pretty much everything over in Fallout.
I'm afraid, due to recent legislative action, I'm no longer able to allocate ships. I can, however, deal in general goods. Welcome to UC Distribution. Now, before you say a word, I am required to inform you that formal complaints cannot be filed until the customer feedback system is back online. I have been told it'll be up and running in 2 weeks, but you know how these things are. I am sorry for any potential inconvenience. Also, if you're here about a corporate account, I've been assured that deliveries will be back on schedule soon.
I'd like to see what you you bought an egg from a kid recently. I need it.
Jordan? That kid's in here every other day with some random thing he found, trying to get credits. Yeah, I took pity on him. Why? What is it?
It's a sensitive scientific equipment. Very important.
Oh, really? Well, you can have it back for what I paid for it, plus a little extra. Let's call it a convenience fee, shall we? Pleasure doing business with you. Right. Come back if you need something else.
Hopefully he'll reimburse me for what I just spent on getting his equipment back. Should have really put his name on his equipment before he put it up. Much better. Now I can dance among the treetops.
really do need those sensors, and quickly. I need all of the biosensors if the data is to be of any use.
Here you
So
go.
you do. Wonderful. I'll just take these, and we'll see what they have to tell us. All right, we'll just upload the data. Give it a moment. And just another moment. Oh. It is working, isn't it? Ah, there it is. What a relief. Now, let's see. This is... Well, it's... Oh my.
That doesn't sound good.
Well, there's good news and bad news. The good news is that my suspicions were correct. There is something wrong with the tree. I will
That's the
report
good
my
news?
findings to Mast immediately with no small amount of satisfaction. The phrase, "I told you so," may even be uttered more than once.
Glad your concerns were validated.
Yes, it does feel good to be right. Particularly when others have attempted to convince you otherwise. Repeatedly. The bad news, as it were, is that the internal composition of the tree is changing. In this particular case, the tree is now regularly emitting ultra-low frequency sound waves. They're nearly imperceptible now, but they're growing in strength. This is something we've never observed before. Depending on how large these waves grow, consequences for the city could be disastrous. I must consult with my colleagues in Mast at once. Thank you for your assistance. I hope these credits are adequate compensation.
Yep, that definitely made up for what I did. For what I was paid out. Alright, so he'll have another quest for us, but it'll tell us when to check in with him. So it'll tell... A thing will pop up telling us that we can now check in on him. Is it time already?
The data from the biosensors speaks for itself. Thank you for your help retrieving the biosensors.
Nope, not yet. Okay. Alright. I need to go over to the commercial district for the next thing I'm gonna do.
You see those ads for
Yeah, I think I am gonna switch over. So in like 11:55, I'll switch. I'll end this. I'll end Starfield. We'll move over to Fallout 3. I'll quickly take my break, and then we'll do Fallout 3 for the rest of the time. I'll end the stream though, so that way I can start a new one, and that way I don't have to try to break the video up into separate segments. So there it is. SSNN, Settled Systems News Network. That's what I was looking for. New Atlantis Corporate Park. Settled Systems News Network.
You see any heat leeches? You've got our permission to take care of
You can't go in. You just can't.
Do you have a story for me or not? Welcome to SSNN, where the news never sleeps. If you're part of the David Barron fan club, try not to inflate his ego too much. He's liable to burst.
David seems like a vain egomaniac.
Sounds like you know him personally. Let's take a look at you. You're not from around here. My guess is you really work for a living. I bet you have a story or two. I have a feeling about such things.
My life has gotten a little weird and interesting
Sounds
lately.
like an old pickup line. But it really has, hasn't it? I'm interested only in primary sources. So things you've seen and or done that are newsworthy. No hearsay. So, what do you got for me?
The Crimson Fleet attacked an Argos mining facility on Vectira.
Looks like some Crimson Fleet brainiac figured out it's easier to hit stationary targets than dogfighting in the field. And you are an eyewitness with the courtesy to find us instead of being chased down. Refreshing. So what were the pirates doing there? It's not their usual MO.
Tell them about the ore. That was quite a lucrative operation.
Constellation commissioned dig. The Crimson Fleet wanted the
Bad
proceeds.
blood between the fabled Constellation and the Crimson Fleet? Has all the markings of what we in the SSNN call a story. So what's your role in all this? Part of a tour group?
See, I ran the whole dig, Supervisor Mia. I was one of the miners. I worked for Argos, now I'm with Constellation.
An actual member of Constellation graces my office. Do we bow? Maybe smoke a pipe? So we've covered the basics. How about any harrowing tales of daring do? How'd a bunch of miners triumph?
Let's see. Killed the whole lot single-handed. The mining crew band together and we fought them off with mining lasers. We had help. Barrett, a member of Constellation, as robot
How
Bosco.
heartwarming. Constellation banding together with some dusty miners? I like it. This is a good local story. Plucky miners band together and punch above their weight. If you ever get more stories like this, drop by. And take this to cover any incidentals, or other creative ways to pad out an expense report. My source is back. Here to report anything else?
Yeah, I was at the Terramorph attack on New Atlantis.
Really? To say you have my undivided attention is an understatement. A lot of people were there. The accounts we've got were chaotic. What was your role in that?
Let's see, I personally took out those Terramorphs. Together with UC Security, we managed to pull those killing machines down.
Sounds like maybe you're being modest. Security isn't exactly trained for that scenario. But all right. The whole city is still on edge over the attack. We were fortunate, damn fortunate, that casualties were so low. What was it like in the thick of things?
Terrifying. It took a lot of firepower to take out Terramorph. They just focused on protecting civilians staying alive. Felt alive. Terrifying. It takes a lot of firepower to take out Terramorph.
That makes what you did even more, well, amazing. It sounds like New Atlantis, heck, the whole UC, owes you a great debt. Any closing comments? I already have a good story here.
Everyone needs to know the man behind it, Ve Victus. Terramorph Management Division has been created to make sure it never happens again.
That's a mouthful. A thankful you guys are around mouthful. Hey, Constellation? From all of us that live here, thanks. We use the word hero a lot in news, but you really are one. You talk and get paid, I spread the news. It's a classic win-win.
What stories are you working on right now?
I'm working on an investigative piece about some of the businesses in the well right now. Trying to get a handle on how things are in that part of the city. I'm not sure the story will get off the ground, though. I asked the higher-ups if I could go down there for some interviews, but they said it's too dangerous. They'd probably be all for it if David asked.
I'd be willing to do the interviews for you.
Really? I'd owe you big time if you did. You've been a huge help on my other stories. I'm sure you'd do great.
Consider it
Great.
done.
I had 3 interviewees in mind. Teresa Mason, the owner of Kay's house, Henrik Zaran at Apex Electronics, and Nurse O'Shea from the medbay. You don't need to ask too many tough questions. I just want to read on how their businesses are doing, and how things are in the well. I really can't thank you enough.
Okay, so primary sources
Whoever
started.
Came up with bad news travels far. Wasn't taking interstellar distances into account.
And I hear he's single.
Hmm? Bye.
Okay. Need to pick up some more ammo before I call the streams. That's what I'm doing real quick. Also, should probably go and pick up more potatoes too, so I have them for that quest for later. Excuse me, sorry.
I'm sure you are. There's something to be said for brand. Only the finest collection.
First things first. No, I don't want to sell, I want to buy. .27 caliber. .43 ultra mags. 50 caliber caseless. Okay, so that's, I've got 1,675 rounds for that. That's up to 1,281. Still zero. Side Star's got 1,281 rounds. Got 68 rounds for the Suppressed Urban Eagle, which is really good actually. I like having ammo for that gun.
Come on in. Need something but don't have a lot of time? No problem. Happy to serve. Thanks for stopping in. I can always use the business.
Alright, so we got 2 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and call the Starfield stream here. Like I said, I'm going to end the stream completely, and we're going to start a new stream for Fallout once I have Fallout open. So I will see you guys in just a few minutes.